Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to repot a plant, a large plant. Actually, this is a ficus tree, Ficus benjamina, and believe it or not, I've had it in the same pot for I think 8 or 9 years. It's a survivor. 2 years ago it was looking really sparse, the leaves fell off, so I hacked it way back, just being cold-hearted, I hacked it way back, so now it looks pretty good. But I'm having a problem with the roots now, so it has to be done. And by the way, when you have indoor plants, they purify the air inside. So if there's ever a time in life where we need some air purification and we need some help breathing, this is the time now. So here we go. I'm going to pull the plant over here. I did water it yesterday, which is what you should do before repotting. It doesn't feel very heavy, although it looks like a big pot. So let's take a look at it. Generally, when you're deciding if you should repot a plant or not, you should look at the overall size of it, and you follow the 2/3 to 1/3 rule. The plant should be 2/3 the size, and the planter should be 1/3. I think this plant has outgrown its planter. Also, another reason you repot is it should be done every 1 to 2 years. Now that varies depending on the plant, but it is a good rule of thumb. And if the roots are not performing well, it's time to do it. So I know that lately when I've been watering, the water just goes right through down to the saucer. So the roots are not capturing the water and utilizing it for the health of the plant. So it's time. So here we go. If you notice, I am not lifting up by the trunk or by the branches. I'm lifting by the planter. Luckily, this is a lighter plastic planter. I'm going to lay it down on its side. That's why I put that ottoman there. And I don't want to crack any of the wooden stems, so I'm being careful here. So what we're going to do is tap around. I'm going to use my pruners here. I'm just going to tap around, trying to loosen the soil from the pot. I think I'll turn it over. And I do see somewhat of an opening here. So I'm going to try not to pull the plant. I'm pulling the planter or the pot away from the plant. Notice underneath here I have an old doggy blanket, and then I have some bubble wrap. I have the lid of a big bin and some newspaper just to catch all of the soil. Okay, let's see. I wish I had another person here, but I don't. So I don't have a hole there that I can do. There we go. It's coming right off. I can't believe this planter has no holes in it, and this ficus tree survived all these years. I can't believe it. Okay, I made sure that I drilled some holes into this planter because that's essential. I can't believe this guy looks as good as it does. Okay, so I'm going to just massage around the edges. I was expecting the roots to be root bound, girdling all the way around, and they're not. I am really surprised at this. So I want to loosen up the roots so that when they go into their new planter, they'll spread out a little bit. By the way, the new planter should be no more than 2 inches wider in diameter from the old pot. You don't want to shock the roots. You want them to be able to get the water out of the soil. So it's very important to stick to that rule. You can't switch from a little pot to a big pot. Not bad at all. So I'm just loosening up the middle here a little bit. I do feel some roots. I'm trying not to break them. Wake up, wake up. By the way, this is the best time to repot your indoor plants. They do respond in the way that outdoor plants do. They go through seasons. They are coming out of their dormant season. And if this was a flowering tree, it would be developing new stems and buds at this time. So this is the time to repot it. Okay, so here's my new pot. I'm going to start off by putting some pebbles in the bottom. These I found in my garage. They are soil cover stones. I also found another thing in the garage. Trying to use up what I have these days. Vase filler. Now, if I had a piece of an old clay pot, I would put it on the bottom, right on top of the middle hole, making sure that it would not completely cover it, but to just protect that area. Now, I have a question for you. These stones were in a bag, which was sitting on top of our old basketball hoop, just to hold it down. You know how sometimes people put water bags? We had bags with these pebbles sitting out there for many years. The basketball net fell over this winter, and now I have all these pebbles. Should I use them? What do you think? You are correct. No, I should not. I should not bring anything in from the outside to put into the roots or into the soil of an indoor plant. This could have insects or fungus or other little organisms that we don't want. Before I start, I want to put the saucer down. Okay. And I'm going to put soil in here. This is all-purpose potting soil. Basically, that's all you need. You can make your own, but I prefer just using it bagged already. I don't repot that many container plants to make it worthwhile. Look, I'm using a measuring cup. Use what you have from around the house. Be resourceful. It's fun. I'm wearing gloves, but a lot of people don't use them when they work or play with their indoor plants because they like the feel of the soil, the earthiness. Okay, so I just took a guess at the difference in height between the two pots. So my soil is up to about this level, probably about 4 inches from the bottom. So let's see how this fits. Remember, I'm picking up from the root ball, not the stems or the trunk. Placing it in. We want the base or the crown to be about 1 inch below the rim or the lip of the planter. I'm going to put a little more soil in there. There we go. Okay. Pretty good. Now we backfill around the edges. I think we're good. I'm patting down, but I'm not pressing hard. I want air to circulate amongst the soil and the roots, so I don't want to pack it down too hard, although I also don't want big air pockets either. So this potting soil has fertilizer in it. So normally I would add fertilizer to a house plant when planting it, but not in this case. I need to read the directions, see how long that fertilizer should last, and then start fertilizing after that point. One good idea is when you do start fertilizing, put it on your calendar, just like you would your vet appointments for your pet or your doctor's appointments. Put it on your calendar so that you make sure you do it at the right times throughout the year. And normally with houseplants, you fertilize more heavily in the spring and summer, and then you cut back in the fall and winter during their dormant period. So if you do apply any fertilizers or any products to any plants, indoors or out, always read the directions carefully. Very, very important. Never overdo it. You could kill a plant, even by putting fertilizer in there, which is a good product, but when you put too much, you burn the roots. So read the directions. So there you have it. I'll give this plant a good watering, and I'm just going to leave this in this spot for a day. I want to clean that area back there because I noticed it has some sticky honeydew droppings on there, because I did have scale insects on this plant at one time, and I never went back there to clean it. So I'll leave it here for a few minutes and then put it back. I know it's happy in that spot right there. It gets partial sun. It's on the northwest corner of the house, and it loves it there. You know, a ficus tree can grow up to your ceiling if you let it, but luckily it can be pruned very easily to the size and shape that you want for your spot in your house. So, okay, enjoy your day. Happy planting and repotting.